Hey friend, if you're feeling stuck right now, like you know what to do, but you're not doing it, or maybe even unable to do it, or like you've been living the same year over and over again on loop despite telling yourself new year, new me, this video is for you. I'm gonna share 5 lessons that I've adopted over my own personal development journey that I'm still in, by the way, that have allowed me to go from overweight and unhealthy to a body that I love, that have allowed me to escape being anxious and depressed and in this constant state of self-medication with things like marijuana, pornography, overworking, and doom scrolling. And also the same lessons that allowed me to escape being burnt out in a business that I had built that became a prison to now a business that I feel very purposeful in. Now, if that sounds like it will be of value to you, I hope this video serves you at the highest level. The first lesson, honor your current reality. A lot of times what we do when we're in a state of feeling stuck and a state of feeling a lot of pain, we don't take the second to be present with what we're going through right now. We're constantly future projecting. I want something better. I want this to be better. I want this. Well, I can't have what I want without really taking a clear look in the mirror, no pun intended, of my current reality. And the way that you can do this is very simple. Take a sheet of paper, just split it down the middle. On the left-hand side, write all the things that you love about your current reality. On the right-hand side, write all the things that make you feel resistance, make you feel pain, make you feel discomfort. Write all of this out. And then ask yourself, who am I being invited to become to have the life that is already mine? When we honor the current reality, what we're able to do is identify what needs pruning and what needs nurturing. And when we do that and face it with a tremendous amount of grace, tremendous amount of compassion, tremendous amount of love, we allow ourselves to begin to take those steps. Because what we have done in that moment is give ourselves a level of awareness to what is happening in the present moment. And when we do that, we can then really sit with ourselves and ask, what needs to be done now? And when we do that, we begin the steps of slowly moving forward. And I had to personally do that. And I'll tell you a clear example. There was a day where I was going up one flight of stairs, chasing behind my son. We're just playing around. And I get to the middle of the stairs. This is one flight, and I'm hyperventilating, dry heaving. And I was like, man, I'm not going to be around to live my life with my son if I stay at the weight that I'm at right now, if I stay in this lifestyle that I'm at right now. I wasn't honoring myself. So the pain of my current reality began to outweigh the pain of change. But I had to first become aware. And luckily there was a catalyst, a trigger in chasing my son that made me aware of that current reality. Maybe this video is that trigger for you and that exercise will work for you. Yo, if you're locked in, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but it would mean the world to me if you hit the subscribe button so we can grow this channel, so we can provide this medicine to more people like you who need it. Okay, back to the video, peace. Lesson number 2. We cannot achieve the desired future state if we don't know what that looks like. We have to become very clear on the invitation of our highest self. What are we being called to? What does this goal look like? The clearer we become, the easier it's going to be to take action. Because in very simple terms, where am I driving to? And here's the thing, I don't want you to overwhelm yourself and think I have to have a 5-year vision, I have to have a 10-year vision. Just ask yourself, what is my next step? Get clear on that next step, take it, then the next day, ask what is my next step? For me, in that same example around my son, I was like, okay, I need to get healthier around my body. I need to shed some weight. I didn't know what that weight was. I didn't have an arbitrary goal of what that weight was. I just said, I need to shed weight. So what's my next step? Let me get clear on what an ideal weight for me looks like. So I went to a nutritionist and he gave me the lay of the land. He said, this is where your weight's at. This is where a healthy weight for someone of your height and your build would look like. Here's what nutrition for you would look like. So he set a destination for me and I followed that plan. And as the days went, I continued to refine that plan. When I reached that weight, we introduced another destination. Okay, I've lost the weight. Now let's focus on fitness. So I went to a personal trainer. I had a consultation with her. She told me A, B, C. This is what it looks like for you. Let's work. And then we worked. And here we are. And it's a constant evolution. But none of that would have actually expanded into what it needed to be had I not gotten clear on where I wanted to go. It doesn't need to be super clear what you want to attain, but just what is the next step. Lesson number 3, and you may have kind of heard this in lesson number 2. Choose an implementation path, stick to it. This means choose a mentor, follow their guide. Choose a coach, follow their program. Whatever the implementation path is, stick to it. Now, I was notoriously bad at this, and that's why I stayed in a loop for a lot of my life. Because what you do is you adopt a coach, they give you a program, you do a little bit of it, you're super excited in the beginning, and then reality hits. It's like, oh, this is mundane, this is boring, some of this is hard, I need to stay in the pocket and keep doing it. And then you start going shiny object syndrome and looking for another coach, looking for another program. But in reality, what you're doing is you're dissolving momentum and then you're restarting. So you find yourself in this loop. Momentum, stop, loop. Momentum, stop, loop. Choose an implementation path, go on it. I hired a nutritionist. He told me what the plan was. I followed it. I hired a personal trainer. She told me what the plan is. I followed it. The more questions I had in the process, the more I asked them. Now, if you're in a position where you can't afford a mentor, you can't afford a coach, you can't afford a program, I totally understand that. However, I do want to challenge you a little bit that we are in an age of AI. We are in an age of YouTube University on steroids. Now that you're clear on the destination, go find somebody that can be your mentor from afar, or literally ask AI to scour the internet and develop a plan for you that you can follow based on what you know about yourself. 9 times out of 10, if you can't find an implementation path, or you're worried that you're not going to be able to do one, it has nothing to do with the lack of information. It has to do with either the lack of clarity or a resistance towards shedding the old version of you in pursuit of the invitation you're receiving from your future self. And if that resistance is what you're feeling, just take the steering wheel, talk to your current self and say, hey, I know you're scared. I know that this feels new. I know that this is going to be uncomfortable, but I got us because I also know how much pain you're in by reliving this loop over and over. Find an implementation path right after you do that, and then do your best to stick to it. And everything that comes up as you're on the journey is meant to come up. That's exactly where you're supposed to be. There are going to be days that are hard. There are going to be days that you're going to fall off the wagon. But that's what leads us to lesson number 4, which is devote to the practice, not the outcome. The practice is in the becoming of the person that eventually reaches this destination. And here's the secret. There is no fucking destination. The game is really the journey. I know that's super cliche. That is the journey. But we can't even get to the point of understanding that until we take step by step, devote it as a practice. And here's the beautiful thing about the word practice. Practice means literally taking action, right? The practice of doing something. But also practice means the getting better at something. So when we frame it as practice and we frame it as devotion, I am devoted to this. That means I am doing this from a place of self-love. I'm doing this from a place of compassion. The devotion is I love this thing versus I'm going to be disciplined and all this kind of stuff. And that puts you in a box of shame. That puts you in a box of if I fall, shame on you for not being consistent. Shame on you for not doing this. No. I'm devoted to the practice. I show up in the pursuit of getting 1% better every single day as I practice this. And I lean on my devotion to self, to expansion on the days where it's hardest. The reason why I don't want you to associate with the outcome is because the outcome might take you longer than you expect. The outcome might change over time. When we make the outcome the practice, we're able to be present, continuing to honor our current reality, and sustain the effort as we go, which leads us to lesson number 5. When we reframe outcome to devotion of practice, then we're able to honor the small wins. The reason why the outcome is tricky is because the outcome fucks with your head. We start to lean in with ego versus humility and being a student. I, for the longest, struggled with, why don't I have it yet? Why are my colleagues surpassing me? And that takes you off the path. That makes you not devoted to the practice because it also deters you from recognizing, oh, there are small wins along the way. For example, in my pursuit of achieving a new weight, I didn't hit it for 6 months, but along the way, my breathing was better, my mood was better, my sleep was better, my love for self grew. All of those are small wins. Had I only judged my success off of the outcome alone, I would have foregone all those wins that happened along the way. So that's why lesson number 5 is so important as you're on the path to your expansion. Honor the small wins so you have the fuel to continue. This can look like a gratitude practice every single evening, which is something I do, or it can look like just taking a second and being present. What did I accomplish today? wow, look at you. Day 7 of walking this nutrition plan. Day 10 of going to the gym. Even if going to the gym was a shitty workout, you went. That's a small win, right? Maybe there's small evolutions like, oh, I went down a size. I'm not at the weight that I want, but I went down a size. Oh, I don't have the amount of customers that I want, but 3 people attended this workshop as I enter this new venture. So honor the small wins. All right, that's it for me. And if that was valuable to you, I highly encourage you to watch this video right here, especially if you're a creator, which will allow you to overcome the resistance of putting yourself out there as you continue to grow in your highest expansion. Until then, see you in the next video.